Hello everyone, welcome to ViTech Talks. As part of CICD with Jenkins, the session 2, we are going to talk about how to create sample mule project and add the required configurations for the project. And finally, we are going to push our code into GitHub repository. Okay, this is what we are going to see today now. And in the next video, I'm going to explain, okay, it's like the very final video, how to set up Jenkins and automate our build process. Okay. Suppose if you are watching this video for the first time, you have to watch the session 1. Okay. The session 1 is available in our ViTech Talks YouTube channel. So this is the playlist. Okay. CI/CD setup with Jenkins. So you can watch this first video. Okay. And you can set up all the required softwares. This is the necessary step. Okay. You have to follow. Also, I'll give you the description. Okay. All the links in the description so that you can able to install all the required softwares. If you have already installed, then that is fine. Okay. Let's get started with the session 2. To create sample mule project, so first we need to open anypointstudio. Okay. Go to file, click on new mule project here. So here I'm going to perform the sample application for arithmetic API. Okay. I want to perform arithmetic cicd API. So this is my sample API, which I am going to create. Now the sample project is created here. So in order to perform arithmetic operations, I'm going to drag the listener. Okay. I'll pass the input from Thunder client. Okay. You can go to core and take two variables. Okay. I need number 1 and number 2. Okay. Then I will add some loggers here. Okay. Before performing. And let me take the transform message. And I'll take the one more logger here. Okay. I'll configure one by one. Just observe carefully. So now click on this listener. Okay, click on this listener. So here the port number is 8081. So here I'm going to configure $. Okay, I'll pass these values from configuration file http.port. Okay, now here I'm going to give as arithmetic. Okay, / arithmetic. This is the resource path. Now go to first logger. Okay, you can keep it as some message like welcome to or inside the arithmetic API. Okay, arithmetic API is invoked. Okay, now you need to set variables. Okay, I'm going to set two variables here. Number 1. So from where I need to pick these variables? From query parameters. For that, I need to use attributes dot. If it is query parameter, you can use query Poms, or else you can use URI Poms. Okay, that is depends on your uses. Then number 1. Okay. So the variable name is number 1 here. Then number 2. Let me quickly create number 2 attributes dot query prompts dot number 2. Okay. Number 1 and number 2 we are taking it from Postman or Thunder client as a user. We will pass. So here we need to perform arithmetic operations. Let me make it as JSON. Okay. So here addition. Okay. So number 1 plus number 2, right? Okay, number 2 as number. Just make this one as in a brackets. Okay, again I think number 1 and plus number 2. Okay, let it be. Or else everything I have to create as a number. As number. Number 2 as number. Okay. So still it is giving this error, unable to resolve reference. Okay, sometimes it will show this error. So even sometimes if you don't pass as a number also, it will work. Okay, let me test it. First, we will try this one, number 1 and number 2. Okay. Let me keep it as an inside the brackets. So this is for addition. Let me copy paste. So in order to perform arithmetic operations, so we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. I'll keep it as subtraction. Or multiplication. Or division. Number 1 plus number 2. Number 1 minus number 2. Number 2 into number 2. Sorry, number 1 into number 2. Number 1 by number 2. Okay, these are the arithmetic operations. Then successfully completed arithmetic API. Okay, you can make it as this arithmetic API. So this is for, see, always, you know, right? The loggers for our understanding purpose. Again, so as of now, okay, still it is showing some errors. Okay, let me fix this error. See why it is giving us error, number 1 and number 2. So we have to take it from variables, guys. Okay, vars dot, see if you observe this one, vars dot number 1. Got it? So that is the reason it is showing as an error. Then vars dot number 2, because we are getting these values via variables. So if it is a payload, then you can directly use it via payload. Okay. Now it is a string. So what I will do is, as number I will add as number. See, now this one is resolved. This issue is resolved. So in order to access the values from variables, we have to use vars. Okay. Into wait. See, you can create any application, guys. Okay. So this is the sample application. or sample API, which I have chosen. Okay. Just you want to create another API. Okay. You can create that API to deploy it into, to deploy this into CI/CD. Okay. Okay. In order to process CI/CD, you can take any one example. Okay. I'm considering as this is my example. Okay. I'm performing this. Okay. Now I want to print something here, some message also. Okay. Just I'll keep it as message. Just I'll keep it as message. This message I'll read it from. This message I will read it from. Configurations. Okay. Message and region. Okay. These are the values. Or else, okay, I'll remove this region. Just message I will take it from there. I'll keep it as in order to log p log dot message. Okay, just save this one. Next thing. So now you have created sample API. Now we have to create a configuration file for this. Okay, just to go to source main resources. Okay, click on new, click on this file. So here my config hyphen for dev, right? Okay, so this is for dev. I'm going to write dev dot yaml file. Okay, here I'm going to mention http colon give two spaces port. What is the default port? 8081. Okay, I want to run my application with the 8081. Now log dot message, right? Log space message. So what is the message you want to print? You can keep it here. Welcome to CI/CD process. Okay, just this message I'm going to update. Okay, just observe. Welcome to CI/CD process. First, let me try to run this project. Okay. So in order to process with the CI/CD, we have to add some more configurations into Pom.xml. So that is very important step. Okay, that's very important step. First, let me test this application in my local. Okay. So in order to test this one, go to Thunder client. Okay. Create new request. Arithmetic. So if it is a get, you can choose get. If it is a post, you can choose post. Localhost 8081 slash arithmetic. Okay. So this is my API. Now you need to pass the query parameters, right? So in order to pass query parameters, you question mark here. Number 1 equal to 6 and number 2 equal to 7. Just click on this one. Okay. Still the application is deployed in my local. Okay. Now it is failed. Okay. Why it is failing? Just observe. He could not find the configuration property value key http.port. Okay. We have this value, right? Okay. http.port. Okay. Got it. So we need to keep, if we are using YAML file, we have to use double quotes. Within double quotes, we have to keep this. Either you can create the configuration file also, guys. Okay. If you want, you can create the configuration file. That is up to you. Okay, now it is saved. So automatically it should get restart. Let me save something in a flow. It is loading now. See, first step is we have to create sample mule project. Okay, then we need to add required configurations. Then final step is we have to push our code into Git repository. Now first step is done. We have created the sample project. And let me test. http.port arithmetic $http.port, correct. Okay, still it is failing. Okay, so as many errors you get, okay, you can learn more. Okay, now could not find the configuration property value. Okay, now what you can do is, so we need to configure our configuration file. Okay, click on this global elements, click on this create, type configuration properties. Okay, click on this configuration properties. So here we have to choose our file. Okay, my config -dev .yaml file. Just click on this one, do save it. Okay, do save it. It's building. Okay, so building 50%. Let's wait for to get it deployed. Hope this time we can able to see success message. I mean successfully deployed into our local. See, the first step is whatever the configurations you have to do it for arithmetic, like number 1 and number 2 we have to configure. If we are going with any external configurations, we have to create YAML file or properties file. For that file we have to configure in global elements. Okay, global elements. So here we have a configuration properties. There we need to configure. Then now try to go to Postman and try see message welcome to CI/CD process. Okay, this value also it is coming from properties file. Now addition is 13, subtraction is 1, multiplication is 42. Is it correct? 6 plus 7. Okay, 13. 6 minus 7 minus 1. 6 7 jar 42. Okay, it's like the division. The value it is coming. So this is our expected output. Now sample API is created. Now the very important step, in order to configure with the CI/CD. Okay, if you go to Pom.xml, so here we can see configurations. Okay, this is a group ID. Okay, fine. So this is the plugin. Okay, this is a Maven plugin. So here we are going to configure the things. Okay, here we need to configure. So in order to configure, just go to Google and type, okay, type Cloud Hub deployment configurations or Maven configuration. Okay, you can go to documentation. Okay, use of documentation. You can go to documentation. So anyway, these configurations again, I'm going to share it with you, okay, in the GitHub repository so that you can able to pick it up. See, this is the configuration we need to add. Okay, just copy this configuration. Okay, up to, see, from configuration to configuration. So this is very important. So now here we need to, let me take the annotation. So if you observe this one, okay, there is a plugin, right? Maven plugin. Just give one enter here. Just give one enter. Okay. Just give tab. See, if you observe this one, the URI, this is an anypoint platform. Okay, now app.runtime. So these are the values we need to configure. Okay, app.runtime. What I will do here, I'll create one property called deployment. Okay, deployment.app.runtime. So what is this username? Anypoint.username. Okay, anypoint.username. This one, anypoint.password. Anyway, this username and password I'm not going to configure now. Okay, as of now, I'm not going to configure. Deployment.app.runtime. Okay, that we will take it. Okay, next, cloudhub.application.name. Okay, the application name, it will be present in this one with the artifact ID, right? Okay, project.artifact ID. So directly you can pick it from project.artifact ID. So the application name, it will pick it up. So this is an environment. Okay, this environment also I'll pass it via Jenkins. Okay, while configuring the Jenkins. Then the region. Okay, deployment.region, I will keep it. See, there are two ways. Not two ways, there are three ways mainly. So one is by using everything you can hard code here. See, everything. So the first way is like everything we can hard code. The runtime version is what is? So 4.4. Anypoint username and password, the artifact ID, that means the application name, the environment is dev region, everything we can hard code. And there is another way is like, okay, we can pass all the values while setting up in a Jenkins. Okay, while setting up in a Jenkins, I'll write it here so that you will be understand. So that you can understand. So the first option, we can hard code all the values in Pom.xml. Okay, and the second way is, okay, we can config values in yaml. Okay, YAML file. And third option is we can config values in Jenkins. Okay, we can config values in Jenkins. See, I'll use all these three options now. Okay, some I will hard code, some properties I will pass it via YAML, some I will pass it via Jenkins. See, we can choose any one, but I'm going to choose all these three options so that if you are familiar with which option, then you can go with that. That is fine. Now, whatever it is deployment, okay, deployment.region. I'll keep it as deployment. Then deployment.workers. Then deployment.worker type. Okay, workers and worker type. The next one is region is there. Okay. Next, there is one more property. It is called object store. Object store, that I'm going to keep it as object store v2. I'm going to keep it as true here itself. Okay. The default value is true. Now, these are the properties. What is the key? http.port. Okay, let me remove this. http.port. So what is the port we are passing? 8081. Or else what you can do is dollar http.port. Next one, object store v2. Next one is mule.environment. So here, so what is the environment we are going to deploy? That I will pass it via Jenkins command. Okay, environment env. Okay, these are the properties it is required, guys. Okay, these are the properties. We can copy it from. You can copy it from MuleSoft documentation. So here you have to observe the Mule version 4.40. So that we are going to pass it. The username and password. Any point platform username and password we are going to pass it. The environment is called, okay, whether it is sandbox or dev environment or those kind of values we are going to pass. This is very important. See, workers and worker type. Okay, so by default workers is 1 and worker type so 0.1 vcore. So if you observe, so while deploying manually, so you may observe like, okay, 0.1 vcore, 0.2 vcore, something like this. So the worker type is micro. Okay, that we are going to write it, and the region where you want to deploy your application. Okay, that we need to keep it. Object store v2. Object store v2 is a true. Okay, by default it is a true. I have set it as true for this. So even if you want to add this business group, you can add business group, or else you can leave this. Okay. Now, just observe here. Now, whatever it is there for a deployment, right? Okay, I'll create all those values into a configuration here. Let me take deployment, colon, give 2 spaces here. I'll keep it as version. Okay, let me take app.runtime, right? Okay, let me take app.runtime. App, colon, give 2 spaces, and runtime. It's a 4.4.0. So my Mule version is 4.4.0. Now I'll go to Pom.xml. So this any point username and password, I'll pass it through maven, through maven commands while setting up Jenkins. Then this environment, okay, this environment also I'll pass it via through Jenkins. Next one, deployment.region. Okay, these are the parameters we need to configure here. Region is important. So what is the region we are going to deploy? Okay, this is very important. So what you can do is you can go here, in which region you want to deploy. Okay, I'm going to deploy my application into US East 2. Okay, you can copy that. Okay, that will work. Next, apart from that region, deployment.workers. So we are in under deployment. So that is the reason I'm not writing many times. So you are, I know you are familiar with this YAML and dot properties, how it is going to work. Now this workers default is 1. I'm going to keep it here. Worker type. So worker type is, it's like vcore. Okay. So if you see what is this worker type here in this documentation, it's a micro. Micro is the default. I'm going to keep it as micro. Okay, again you can observe any values do we need to set. Okay, this port number, it's already there. And environment, any point username and password, we will pass it via maven commands. Okay, while deploying this project.artifact ID, it is coming from here. Okay, arithmetic cicd API. Okay, that's fine. Now let's save it. Okay, let's try to save it and try to run one more time. Okay, so everything is working fine. Okay, we are good so far. So now if you observe the log, see arithmetic API is invoked and successfully completed the arithmetic API. Okay, so this is how we can observe. Okay, how many times our API got triggered. So these are the basic setups. Okay, again guys, if you don't want to pass these values via YAML file, we can pass it through maven commands, everything. So that is the reason I told you, right? See, there are some values I'm going to keep it as hard coded value. Okay, this one is I have hard coded, and this true also I have hard coded. Okay, this is one way. Everything you can hard code, and these two values I'm going to pass it via maven commands. And there are few properties I'm going to pass it via this YAML file. Okay, so that you can learn all the three ways. You can learn all the three ways. So now this is done. Okay, let me stop this project. Now the very important step, we have to push our code into Git repository. Okay, I hope everyone is created GitHub account. Okay, so in order to push your code into GitHub repository, go to github.com. Okay, I have already signed in. Okay, so if you are not yet signed in, what you can do is, okay, let me log out. Go to Google and type GitHub account login. So here you will be able to see the username and password for sign in. Okay, here you have to provide your email ID or your username. So my username is VITschool92. Okay, this is my username. Here I am going to provide my password. So if you enter your username and password, okay, don't save it. Okay, always close this one or click on never option here. Okay, so here you will be able to see there is one option called new. So what is your project name? Okay, this is very first step, guys. Okay, what is your project name? Just give F2 and copy this name. Okay, see the project name and the repository name should be the same always. Okay, so whatever you are going to create your project, Mule project, and the repository name, always it will be same. Now click on this repository. Observe carefully. It's very important. Okay, now it is saved, right? Okay, so now take this URL. Okay, take this URL. So even if you want to create, if you want to create more branches, you can create that. Okay, that will be fine. Or else what you can do, you can take this one, take this option and go to where is your project is available. Okay, just go to workspace. Okay, So this is my workspace. So inside this workspace, I'm going to create a new folder called new folder. Just I'll keep it as GitHub. Just simply I'll keep it as GitHub. Give right click here. Click on show more options. Click on open Git bash. Click on open Git bash here. Let me increase the font. Let's make it as 14 so that you will be able to see, or else let's make it the 18. It will be more visible. Okay, now, so what we have done, okay, just created an empty folder here. Just give right click, click on show more option. Click on this open Git bash. Now it will get open. Now what you need to do, git clone. Okay, the URL you have to copy paste. Okay, this URL you have to copy paste. You right click and paste it here. See, as soon as if you give this command git clone, automatically it will get cloned here. Now, so this is an empty repository. So now what you need to do, go to your workspace. There is your project. Okay, arithmetic CI/CD API, right? Okay, you control A, control C, go to your workspace, go to GitHub, inside this folder. Okay, inside this folder, just do paste it. Okay, just do paste it. Now what you can do, you can go to your Anypoint Studio and delete this project. Okay, delete project from disk also. So because anyway we have already took the backup for this one. Okay, fine. Now what you can do, click on this file. Okay, click on this file and import. Click on this Anypoint Studio from project file. Click on next. So here you have to select the path where it is presented, D workspace 1 inside the GitHub. Just select this folder here. Okay, just observe. See, as soon as if you import this one, so what is the difference between these three projects? Just you can observe. See, this is from GitHub. So that is the reason it is showing us, see, arithmetic CI/CD -API main -API main. Okay. So this is how it is showing. So now there are two options. One is by using Git commands, we can push our code, or else here itself we have an option called, okay, you can go to team. There is a commit option. Okay. Anyway, first I'm going to show you for today how to commit the code using Git bash. Okay. Now go to GitHub. So this is our project. Just give right click here. Okay. Just give right click. Click on this. Open Git bash here. Okay. Open Git bash. Now, if you type status, okay, if you type status, you'll get to know how many files were changed. Okay. How many files were changed here. So this is our main branch. Suppose I want to create another branch called, okay, git branch -b. I want to create branch called develop. Okay. So now, okay, unknown switch b. Okay, fine. Oh, so what you can do is, let me remove this git branch develop. So it's not creating. Let me check out git checkout. Okay, if you observe this one, it's automatically created the develop branch. Okay, if you use this git checkout -b and develop. So now here we are going to push our code into develop branch git status. See, if you want to create more branches, you can create develop and QA and prod, something like that. Even if you want to create the branches here we have an option called create a branch. Code is there. This is for full request actions. Okay, once we push our code into GitHub, after that we can able to see that option. Okay, anyway, so first we'll try to push our code. So in order to create branch, we need to use this command. Okay, git checkout. Suppose I want to again create and switch into another branch, git checkout -b test. Okay, this is my branch. Then automatically it will get switched. Now I want to switch into again git checkout. So it's already created. Then no need to give -b and develop. Okay. Sometimes it's working, sometimes not. Okay, fine. Git checkout branch develop. Okay, switch to new branches develop. Okay, that's fine. So even if you want to push your code into main, that is totally fine. Now, what is the command? Git status. Just give git status. You will be see untracked files here. Now, I want to add all the files. Git add dot. Okay, it will add all the files into origin. Now, git commit -m. First commit for the API. Okay. So if it is very first time, if you are using git bash, okay, it will ask you to configure the username. Okay, you have to configure your email and your username. Okay, just copy paste this one. Just copy paste. Okay, just copy, give right click, okay, and paste. Don't use Control V. Okay, now I need to provide my email ID. It is call92@gmail.com. So this is one time setup, guys. Okay. Next, username. What is your username? Select that one, give right click and paste it. Okay. The username is school92. So now it is configured. Now you can press git commit. Okay, now the changes are committed. Now I want to push my changes. Git push -u origin. What is the branch? Develop branch. Okay. origin. Okay, the spelling is mistake. Git push -u origin develop. Anyway, I'll write all the commands here. Okay, it is asking, see, if you are logging for the very first time, it will ask you for the sign in with your browser. Okay, click on this sign in with your browser. Here you can provide your username, weight is school 92 is my username, password. Okay, never. Okay, see, authentication success. Okay, so this way we can push. Now let's go to your code repo and just do refresh. See, automatically there is a develop branch created. So how this develop branch created? We have created by using git checkout option. Okay, now all the changes, what are the changes it is available in my local, those changes we can able to see it here. You can go to repositories. So what is our repository? Arithmetic cicd API. So here you can create multiple branches, guys. Okay, if you want to create, okay, you can create new branches too. Just click on this branch. So here we have an option called test. You can give test, you can give prod, something like this you can create. Okay, that's fine. Now suppose, now I'll close this one. I'll close this one. I'll go to my project. So I have imported from GitHub repository the place which we have provided. Let me change something here, or else I'll add logger. Okay, there are few more lines just I have added here. See, just now I have changed this one, and here I'll remove something. So, and source main resources, I'm going to add something here. Okay, I'll keep all those values in a double quotes. Okay, now micro is 1, workers is 1, and micro. Okay, so now I have made these changes. Again, how I need to post these changes into GitHub. Okay, what you can do, you can go to where this project is located. Okay, just give right click here, click on show in option, system explorer. Okay, so this is an option. But we have used it from here, right? Okay, fine. Now this is our project. Just give and right click. Okay, just give right click here, click on this, open git bash. This is one option. Or else what you can do, you can directly go to this PC, and where is your project located? Okay, workspace 1. This is our project. Just give right click, click on this show more options. Okay, open git bash here. Now, okay, what is the first command? Git status. Okay, detected ownership is repository arithmetic. Okay, is owned by someone. Okay. The current user is this workspace 1 arithmetic. Okay, so here it will be The branch is main branch. Okay, what we will do? Okay, let me delete this. Let me delete from repository to Pom.xml is missing. Okay, fine. Let's get delete. Let me close everything. Okay, we need to import. See, we need to import it from this location, GitHub. Okay, so this is the develop branch, right? What I will do, I'll delete this one also. Okay, somehow is there somewhere it is using? No. So because we have changed the branch main to develop, okay, we need to take the latest code always. So this contains latest code. Let me give right click, show more options, get status. Okay, it's an up to date. Okay, fine. So in order to pull, okay, if there is any latest changes, okay, it's already updated. Okay, so what are the commands? Okay, I'll keep it here. Git status. Okay, it's very important. So first one is git status, then git add, git commit -m, commits you have to provide, then git push -u origin. Okay, when you origin, the branch name, if it is a develop branch. So in order to switch the branches, git checkout -b, sorry, yes, git checkout -b develop, so that it will get switched. So how to import? So this is very important. Okay, how to import and how to make the changes. So it's not deleting the process because it is should not be deleted. Okay, so what I'll do here, what I will do here, okay, let me close and open, run as administrator. See, this is one way of doing by using Git commands. There is another way. Okay, another way is way to push our code into GitHub using anypointstudio. Okay, so that's very simple. anypointstudio, that also I'll show you in today's session. Okay, the workspace, it's loading now. Okay, now try to delete this folder or this project. Okay, there's some issue with this. Okay, first I'll import from now. Okay, just import. Click on this anypointstudio. Go to GitHub. See where is our file. I mean, the project is located inside this Git, right? Okay, we have to select this one. Arithmetic cicd API already exists with the workspace name. Okay. Let me close this. Go to workspace. I'll try to delete from here. Okay, the file is not deleting. So the somewhere it is using this folder. Okay, let it be. So anyway, our code is present in GitHub arithmetic CI/CD API. I'll point out to this location. Click on this file. Click on this import. So here, Anypoint Studio, inside this Anypoint Studio project from file system. Click on this one. Remove this check option. Okay. Copy project into workspace. Okay. Remove this one. Next, go to GitHub, workspace one, GitHub. Okay. Click on this option. Okay. Now just select the project name here. Click on finish. Now where is our project location? So the project is located in inside the workspace one, GitHub. Okay. Inside this GitHub folder. So if you observe this one, okay, observe carefully here. Arithmetic CI/CD API develop. Okay. This is a develop branch. Okay. Now we are in a develop branch. Suppose I'm going to make some changes over here. Source main resources. Okay, let me add any one line. Okay, I'll make it as the string is in double quotes. Okay, just only one line. I'm going to change it. Just give control S. Okay, now go to particular location. Go to particular location. Click on the show in option. Okay, System Explorer. Okay, so now just give right click here. Show more options. Click on this Git Bash. Now you have to run this set of commands. Okay, git status, add, commit, and push. Okay. Okay, it will show you okay how many files are modified. Okay, there is one file it is modified. Git add, it will add all the files. Git commit, sm, config file changes. Okay, config file changes. Just click on enter. Okay, now git push -u origin which branch? This is develop branch. Okay, we need to perform these commands. Okay, now we can go to GitHub and just do refresh here. See, there is one file it is modified inside this source. So what is the file? So inside this main, okay, again, or else what you can do, you can go to history, click on this config file changes. See, now we have added double quotes. Okay, it's minus means it is deleted, plus means it is added here. Okay, this is one way of doing. Okay, by using git bash commands. Okay, there is another way we can directly do that. Okay, that I will show you now. Okay, I'm going to modify. It's very simple. No need to learn any commands. Okay, I'm going to make it as everything it's in a double quotes. Just observe carefully. It's very simple. Now I have modified this configuration file. Go to this project. Just give right click here. Click on this team option. Okay, team. Click on this commit. Okay, click on this commit. Just commit. Now there is one dialog box. It will appear. Okay, there is Okay, there are some changes here. You can see Git staging option. Okay, this is one of the tab. Okay, Git staging is one of the tab here. Automatically it will come. Now this is the file you need to add. Okay, now here you need to provide the comments. Okay, config changes. Config changes for YAML file. Then here we have an option called commit and push. But here, okay, let me commit and push. So here it will ask you username and password. The password is not your GitHub password. So here we need to generate one token. Okay, so that's very important. Wait is cool. 92. So here the passcode, how to generate. Okay, that's very simple. Okay, go to your profile, click on the settings, click on the settings. So if you come down, there is one option called developer settings option. So here we have an option called personal access token, token classic. Click on this one. Okay. So here I want to generate one new token here. Click on this generate new token. Okay. This is for CI/CD, right? Okay. CI/CD. It will be expiring. Okay. 90 days. Okay. I'm going to keep it as 90 days. You have to give some permissions here, read and write permissions or admission permissions, something like this. Okay. Just user permissions. If you want to delete repo by using that, you can do that. Okay, these are the options I have selected. Then click on this generate token. So this is our token. Okay, this is our token. So I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep in somewhere. Okay, token. So this token is very, very important. So instead of commands, what you can do directly, you can give the token here. Just give the token. See, now it is saved into your repo. Go to your repository. Go to profiles. Now, what is our repository name? Arithmetic CI/CD, correct? Updated now. If you observe this one, updated now. If you go to commit, see, there is one option called here. It is a commits. Here it is a commits. Click on this commits. Config changes for YAML file. Okay, see, the files were okay. The properties were added and removed. Now, that is up to you again. Either you can use git bash or you can use directly anypointstudio. So again, the very last thing, the very last option, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to modify something here. The transform message. Okay, okay, message is fine. Okay, division is fine. Let me remove something in logger or I will add. Okay, so I have added some hyphens over here. Okay, successfully completed arithmetic API flow. Okay, that I have added. So how easily we can push these changes into GitHub? Just observe here. Okay, just give right click on this team, click on this commit. So now you want to stage this. Okay, suppose if you remove this one, right? Okay, it will go to top. Okay, it will go to the top. See, now it will be sometimes the file will be in unstaged changes. Okay, unstaged changes. Okay, the file will be unstaged changes. So what you need to do, you have to stage it. How to stage? Click on plus. Okay, click on plus, give the commit message, added the logger. Okay, some message. Okay, the commit message. Click on this commit and push. So here very important thing is It is school 92. This is my username. Password is token. It's not like GitHub password. Okay, I have to provide this one. See, as soon as if you give this one, automatically it will get pushed into your repository. Now, earlier there are 3 commits. Now go to commits. Okay, now we have 4 commits here. Add the logger. So what are the changes I have added? See, whatever it is in a red, okay, that is removed. And if it is plus, that means we have added successfully. Okay, this is how we can track the changes. Either you can use git bash or anypointstudio to push the changes. So now we have covered GitHub also. Okay, now we have covered GitHub also here. So the main thing in this project is, okay, we have created sample project and we have created one configuration file here. Then the very important thing is Pom.xml. In the Pom.xml, these configurations we have added. Okay, this is very important. This is very important. Now, the next video, I'm going to explain how to set up Jenkins. Okay, how to automate. Now, so far you know how to install the softwares and how to set up the paths. Okay, even Java, Maven, or Git. Next thing is how to create a simple Mule project and how to add required configurations and how to push the code into Git repo. Now 90% work is done. Now it's very simple. Okay. Anyway, this I am going to explain in a next session. Okay. Yeah, that's it for this session. Thanks for watching this. Happy learning.